kids? It's your old pal Plazzy the Plasma Deity, formerly known as Squatty the Squatter Man, and I'm back again to let y'all in on a little known secret of the Milky Way. Now this is our solar system: the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, watch out for the Klingons around Uranus, and Neptune. Now, modern academia tells us that the solar system is all messed up. Mercury is too small of a planet to be so close to the Sun. Venus, why, it spins backwards. Of course, everybody knows that we here on Earth are on a 23.5-degree tilt. Now, let's take a look at Uranus. Uranus is tilted by a whopping 98 degrees. Ouch! And why does Neptune spin on its side, tilted 30 degrees to the Sun's orbit? Well, there was a colleague of Einstein's, an Israeli scientist named Emanuel Velikovsky, a very smart man who once suggested in the 1950s that our planets in ancient times were in a different order and much closer together. And then in the 1990s, along came a very smart man named David Talbot, and he made a documentary called Symbols of an Alien Sky, whereupon he suggested that it was the Earth, Mars, Venus, and Saturn that was the alternate planetary alignment. And for primitive man and early hominids, this is what it would have looked like from Earth. And this planetary alignment with the planets so close would have created a plasma discharge in between the planets that would have looked a little something like this. Me, my handsome self, Plazzy the Plasma Deity, here I am. And David Talbot, he went about looking and he found this image of me all over the world. They just couldn't stop drawing me. I guess my handsome self was too hard to resist. Anyway, here to explain the rest, is that weird guy, Steve. I mean, he really is weird. I mean, you guys don't even know. I've secretly filmed him doing some Silence of the Lambs stuff. Look for yourself. What the actual... I guess old Plazzy won't be needing his eyeballs anymore, folks. Anyway, here he is, somebody who's definitely not weird at all. It's Steve.
It's Steve. Welcome back to Atlantis Confirmed. I'm going to just zip right through stuff because you guys, the algorithms say you guys want shorter videos and stuff, so we're going to zip through these, and I'm going to do a lot more telling than showing that I usually do. I usually like to annotate every single bit of evidence that I present to you, but I'm just going to have to tell you, and you're going to have to trust me or look it up on your own later. All right, so Abraxas, and I know it's a difficult subject because, to tell you the truth, I had no idea about, and I've been studying this stuff for a long time. I had no idea about Abraxas until I started doing these videos and stuff. I've got so much evidence. My problem now in making videos is I don't know what to say. I don't know. I mean, I have so much to say. I don't know how to pick and choose. It's like describing an entire world. So let's start here. As Plazzy explained, this is the Plasma Deity, Squatter Man. It's found all over the world. And I want to call your attention to this very specific version. Sometimes it was seen with what they've called a bird head. And if you see the Minoan snake goddess, she has a cat on her head. And that's how Kadesh became Sekhmet also, because they just combined the head, instead of putting a cat on her head, they gave her a cat head. So, same thing with the bird. There was a bird on the head as one of the glyphs that it looked like while it was a plasma being in transition. Also, sometimes it looked like it had an extra set of legs. So, I meant to pick this apart, but I'm just going to have to barrel right through it. This is the Sinai petroglyph that was found. They've dated it. Modern academia has dated it 3,000 years ago, 1,000 BCE. I have found letters in here that match the Phoenician alphabet. Again, I'd love to take you through it all, but I got to zip through this. So I found the Phoenician alphabet was indeed in use until 100 BC. So this could still be 1000 BC, but my point is it could get as old as 1400 BC. So here's what I think we're looking at. I think it's the first Zodiac. And the Dendera Zodiac, ordinarily I would bring up pictures and stuff, but I got to zip through this. The Dendera Zodiac in the Temple of Hathor in Dendera dates to 82 BCE, I believe, and they finally really nailed it down because it shows a rare triple lunar eclipse. I don't really know how it works, but that really cements the date to something like 82 or 62 BCE. So this would predate that by 1,000 years if it's just 1,000 BCE, so 900 and change. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Now, in ancient Judaism Semitic, these were called Mazzarath. They weren't called Zodiac. They were called the Mazzarath. And this is an ancient. This is like 500, 600 AD, but it was found in a synagogue in the tile. It's a Mazzarath, and you know the modern Judaic faith doesn't really like to own up to its Zodiacal roots, but it's plain as day in their ancient mosques. Ancient synagogues. So here's what I think we're looking at. We have a figure that appears to be holding scales and is a bird, and we have a male figure because he's got a shvanza. We have a female figure. We have a snake that looks like it's about to get eaten by another snake, which we know is the Ouroboros. We have a calving cow. We're in calving season. We also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So it's 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This I don't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go through each thing and tell you what I think they are. But here we go. So as I said, this is the Ouroboros. The galactic center, which would be the center here. The twins are Gemini right here. Taurus is right here. It would put Aries right here. And if you went straight across, just like I've shown here, you go straight across, you get the galactic center, you get the Taurus, the Aries, the Gemini, and the Libra in the back. You are missing Leo and Cancer right here. But I just don't think that it's being shown in the diagram. I think what you're looking at is it's not flat like this. It's curved up. So you have to curve the entire thing up. This is the Ouroboros, is the galactic center, and this is a zodiacal representation, an astrological representation. Now, if we just take these elements and break it down, we have a strange-looking alien male figure, strange-looking alien other figures. We have snakes. We have we have cows with horn things, even though I make it a bull, but it's representing Taurus. Okay, so it's cows, it's bulls, it's and over here would be Aries, so it would be rams and such, right? So let's continue. Okay, so this goes all the way back to 8000 BCE. So if we stipulate that this is based on the plasma deity event, we know that it happened at least 8000 BCE. It's much further back than that, but let's just start here. Look what we have. We have the central Buddha figure, and which is a big alien-looking thing. We have several looking alien things around, and it's surrounded by bulls and goats or rams. And I showed you before, this is how the Buddha shape originates also, because the plasma deity is the birth of all faiths: Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism. See it? That's the plasma deity right there. And the event, what it's showing is that's Taurus and the Aries. Okay, so let's move on. This is another petroglyph, and this is American Indian stuff now. But look, there's just a friggin' tree of life there. Nobody's saying a word about it. That's a tree of life. That's Kabbalah. That's ancient Jewish mysticism. What are the American Indians doing making a tree of life in Utah? Apparently Gay Whipple was there as well. I don't know what historical value that has, but thank you, Gay Whipple, for defacing humanity's story. But look what we have here. We have a male figure. We have a female figure, alien looking. We have Aries. We have the goats, and we have another horned figure right there, like Taurus. We have several, because I've seen the depictions of cave art of the plasmid where sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's even 5. And that's what we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there might be another one out here as well. But look, we have more horned creatures right here, birds. This is all repeating symbology. This is in Utah as well. We have a horned alien, another horned alien. This is the cosmic wheel, which is the planetary alignment of, this would be Mars, this would be Venus, and that would be Saturn behind it as it was seen. This I thought was really interesting because, if I could do longer videos, I would have brought these up side by side. But if you go to the Narmer palette, when he's in the procession, this is one of the things that is being held up into the sky. And I always wondered, it looks like a kidney or something like that. I was like, why has that guy got a kidney on a pole? And that's exactly what it looks like in the Narmer palette. The Narmer palette is dated to 3500 BCE at the beginning of the Bronze Age. Okay, so let's continue. Let me show you some more. This is another this is another Indian petroglyph. I'm going to show you later again, but we have 1, 2, 3 looking alien figures, perhaps 4. And we have another goat in the back. There's the Tesla logo. This is another one, and look what we have now. We have a circle up at the top, which could be the galactic center with the snake, the Ouroboros. We have a goat or a horned calf. We have 2 figures on either side of the strange ones. So we have 3 again. These are supposedly cultures who had no contact with each other. Okay, so this is the plasma deity, another plasma deity. And we have horned beasts around the bottom and on the side. Look at that dendritic hand. This is what these should not be this similar. Why are they always drawing some kind of futuristic space-looking alien thing? Is because it was extraterrestrial, meaning not of this earth. It wasn't intelligent, but it was something that they were seeing in between in giant form up in the stars. Look what we have again. We have the giant, the central figure, exactly the same. Basically, what I'm saying is these are all fleshed out squatter men or plasma deities. And look what's in his chest. We have the bovine. There's the cocopelli. There's another bovine. Why are these horned creatures all around this? This is the Anasazi in Colorado, in around this wild, whacked out design thing. We see it over and over and over again. This one is McKee Springs, and look at how similar we're getting to the petroglyph in the Sinai Desert. We have the central figures, 1, 2. Why are they, they're facing front? We have another figure in the back here that looks birdish, exactly where the Libra is. We have a bull here next to the the alien-looking figures. We have 2 bulls here. This is exactly where in the Buddha, Buddha was here, and here's where the little Buddhas. I think we're looking at the same thing. See, there's the Buddha, and here's the little Buddhas. I think we're looking at the same scenario. There's the Buddha, and these are the little guys next to him right there. And up here as well, there's a guy in the background. And I want you to take a look at the extra arm that like joint, because that's going to come in and be significant. More Anastasi stuff. Look what we've got. We've got a one could almost say a bird that could be interpreted as a bird beak. We have a bird beak. We have a large figure here. We have a large figure here. It also looks like they have a bird on their head and a figure off in the distance. And look what's below them. Is the bovine and the goats. And we have our zigzag that we find in the Göbekli Tepe pillar. This is also another. This is exactly where the other was. The other one was. This is the cosmic wheel. Now look at this guy. First of all, it's like you see his face in 3 dimensions. It's so sophisticated for what we think of as like Indians that or that they couldn't draw or something. But this is in 3 dimensions. Here's that arm again. And I was like, I've seen this before. Where have I seen this before? And you'll notice the circle here and the flail here and the crazy hair and stuff and coming down. And look how he's got like the extra jointed arm and stuff. It's the guy in the Göbekli Tepe fragment. And look, 1, 2. Remember in my last video I said this is significant. There's something about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. There's the same thing. They are documenting the plasma deity in the sky. And look what else. This is from Andrew Collins. If you take these serpentine-like appendages and you follow their vectors up in straight lines, look what you get. You get your anguiped. You get the rooster head, and you get the snake legs. That's showing something here. But this is the same guy. This is America. This is like the American Southwest, and this is Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. Here's another version. We have this guy right here, and go look at Jonah Hill's tattoo. He's got this guy, and he's got like weight dumbbells over top of it and stuff. But he's wearing his occult art out in public. All his tattoos are occult. So we have a central figure, we have another figure here, we have another figure here, and here's the little figures again, just like the Buddha and the little figures down in the corner. And this is what I think is going on. And I realized this, and it really scared me as far as like these poor people, what they went through. Whenever I had gone through this before, I had thought in terms of there being one. Because this was the planetary alignment, Earth, Mars, Venus, Saturn. But we don't know where Mercury was, and we don't know where the Moon was, and perhaps maybe Jupiter even in there somewhere, because they're all of these entities, or was a moon of another one, because look what I think is going on. This is another petroglyph. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Here we go. And this is in Arizona. And look, we got the big hands and the big feet. Okay, so if this is the if this is the planetary alignment of Mars, Venus, and Jupiter, then this is this would be Mercury or the Moon, and then there's another one even out here, and you see they're connecting to each other. The plasma blast is between the worlds as well. They're creating squatter men in between, the plasma deities in between these worlds as well. Now here's what I want you to see. This, if you draw straight down the line to the viewer, you have a plasma deity here in the form of a bird, which is also like you see in the Sinai. You have a glyph. There's a Sinai. There's a bird figure. I think this also became a mathematical symbol. It's like the upside down psi, but it's something. But look here, this one. Here's what I came to realize. Each one, as the planetary alignment was coming undone and becoming catastrophic, each planet created its own plasma deity. So that explains why connection with Earth. That explains why they're sometimes seen like 3, 4, 5 of them, and some of them appear to be faded because they weren't as strong of a connection because of the distance. Here's something else I want to show you. So this is something else they saw again. We have the flail, just like we see in the Göbekli Tepe thing right there. This is apparently one of the things that they saw. This is probably also the invention of the tassels that Native Americans wear on their chaps. But look, this got interpreted as the bird on the head. It got interpreted as the cat on the head. But look at these tendrils that came off as well. These are your Zeus lightning bolts. Look, we have a cow down here. We have a horned figure. We have Taurus. We have Aries, and this is Gemini. Because there was more than one figure. There was the male and the female, it appeared to be. So were the two, I'm guessing there were two that were very strong representations because they were the closest. And they took that as the male and the female. But see these plasma tendrils that are coming off? Here's another example of it that in Sago Canyon. Another weird looking thing, and see, look, they're showing the alignments. These are the planetary alignments and there's lines in between them because they're plasma. It's creating their own plasma deities in between. If you were on this world, you would see another plasma deity in between there. So I think they're showing there's 3 on this side and 4 on this side. It's smarter guys than me are going to have to figure that element out. But what they're showing is as it's coming apart, more are being seen. So the snake thing, the origin of the snakes is tendrils, is plasma tendrils. Remember, this is like a plasma ball. So it's got like dendritic plasma tendrils coming shooting off of it. That's the origin of the snakes. But look how it also looks like Enki's water. Enki is the plasma deity. Enki, these are the same thing. Look, see the snake, the water coming off of Enki is the snakes. It's just a misinterpretation or just an interpretation by the ancient Sumerians of these same plasma blasts coming off of the plasma deity that was in connection with the planets, just like this. That's what got turned into Enki and his water, and he gave us the birth of Poseidon. Now look at this. Here's something else I discovered. This is in a Southwest rock art. It's Abraxas. There's a shield. There's a crazy hair. They got their arm raised. You could just put a flail up here. Here's the crazy legs. Down. This is why is Abraxas in Southwest rock art. And Abraxas, by the way, is the plasma deity again. It's just a different interpretation of it. Because look, we've got Aries again. We've got another horned creature over here, and here we see it again. This is Abraxas. The shield, the crazy hair, these legs became Anguiped, and this became the flail over top of it. Here's another horned creature down here. Look at the 3 little ones, just like it is in the Buddha one. The giant Buddha, and here's where the little Buddhas were. All of these art are showing the same thing. These are the plasma deity. This is Squatter Man fleshed out. All of these are Squatter Man fleshed out. And Abraxas is the key because this is up to 65,000-year-old cave art. It could be anywhere from 15,000 to 65,000. So I've been doing a lot of reading on it, and it's hard to date a petroglyph. So this isn't even a petroglyph. This is an ochre drawing and stuff like that. But if you talk to the natives, they say it's 65,000 years old. If you talk to the scientists, they say it's 15 to 30. So in any event, this is the oldest representation we have. We have the bird head. We have the flail. We have circular items with it raised over the head. We have circular items on the staff here. We have the crazy feet. By the way, I think this is a Fibonacci tree. I've found so much stuff. I can't fit it all into these 20-minute videos, but it matches the feathers match a Fibonacci sequence of the Fibonacci tree, and then it begins again going upward, so that the middle notch here is giving you the phi. It's giving you that's the magic of the wand. It's because it's got the Fibonacci tree going that way and the Fibonacci tree going that way, and that's the 0 point. This is Abraxas. And this is a version of Abraxas that goes back conservatively to 15,000 years. So that means, and this is their interpretation of the plasma deity. This is also on the Lascaux Caves. And the Lascaux Caves go back, I believe, 12,000, 13,000 years. So we've got 15,000 years and 13,000 years. Look, he's got a bird staff, and these are still used today. They're called bird staffs. Look it up. I told you I can't fit everything in a 20-minute video. This is also what became the common, the Danda staff of the Sadhu, the Indian holy man. And this, I have found a bunch of Squatterman glyphs, plasma deity glyphs, where one of the spheres on the side looks like a Kamandalu. The Kamandalu and the staff come from the plasma strikes and the sphere looking like a bowl. That's the Kamandalu and Danda, not the Kanye West Danda, but the staff Danda. But they're also called bird sticks. Yeah, bird sticks, and we see bird priests Rapa Nui everywhere. This also became a Shera. Somebody pointed out, look at it looks like breasts. It looks like a Shera doll. So look up a Shera. She's going like that. They're creating the circles on the side, but she's holding her breasts because she's the original supreme creator goddess, but they are in exact form. I even found an Ashera with a bird head on it. So, and it's a Native American. So that's where it started, and the Native American is where it ended. This is 15,000-year-old cave art. So let me show you what else I think it is. I think this is where Thoth came from. I think that Libra is holding the scales over there, and you have Gemini, and then you have Taurus, and Libra is associated with Mercury. So I'm thinking that this guy out here is Mercury, and Mercury is also Hermes Trismegistus, which is I think this is the thrice great. 1, 2, 3. That's Hermes, that's Thoth, and that's his emerald tablet, and these are the thrice great. This got many representations. It's a tablet he's writing on, it's scales he's holding. You have to understand they didn't have internet. It's 65. It's thousands of years of interpreting other people's symbols. I think this is what it started as, and look what we have here. We have our protection room that we came up with before, and this as well. This I think is the Mayan thing, the occult template. In fact, they may both be interpretations, but this is the protection room. So this is what I think. A bird holding scales is Thoth. And Thoth is also Mercury, and Mercury is Hermes Trismegistus, and so that solves where Mercury was. Mercury was to the right. This is Mercury, and it was Libra. So Libra, and Taurus and Gemini, and the Ouroboros is the galactic center. This is the first. All of these are telling the same story. They are all representations of the first Zodiac, and they predate Dendera by nearly 1,000 years. So this is Nabu. Nabu is the Sumerian. He is the Sumerian Thoth. And look, the 1, 2, 3. He's got the planetary alignments on his outfit, and he's always appearing standing on like some horned beast. And the reason why that, in fact, here he is. I'm sorry I cut that off there, but here's Nabu standing on a horned beast, and here is Marduk standing on another horned beast. Just like we have Kadesh, who now has a feline face because she had a cat on her head, and they just changed a cat on her head to making her anthropomorphic female. She's standing on a lion. These leg things down here got turned into these characters down here, and these are the figures on top. She's holding a flail, a snake, and he's holding it. This is all the same iconography as I showed in in a previous video. There's matching iconography in the Narmer palette from 3,500 years ago. The Sinai the petroglyph from 1000 BCE. This is Kadesh from 1500 BCE, and this is Abraxas, who lasted until the end of the Greco-Roman era, 600 AD. So it starts in Europe, on that side of the planet. It starts with the cave drawing in Australia, and it ends with Abraxas. So it begins 15,000 BCE, and it ends in 600 AD. So I want to show you why they're standing on stuff. All they're doing, and this goes for a lot of the creatures in mythology, they're combining symbols. The Lamassu, for example, the half man, half bull, is Gemini and Taurus. That's why it's a religious icon. It's a star chart it's a zodiacal star position as a mythological creature. So what's going on with Abraxas? Well, with Abraxas, you have the head of a bird, you have the body of a human, and then you have the legs down at the bottom, which I think over time these became serpentine crazy legs. And that became Abraxas, and that became Baal. Baal and Moloch are just a combination of the Gemini and the bull. The child sacrifice comes from, because the bull, this wasn't a bull, this was a calf. A cow and a calf, and it was a fertility. The patriarchy usurped all of the sacred feminine fertility rites and literally demonized them. And that's how it got perverted. That's how Asherah becomes Isis and Hathor, because they're combining her with this zodiacal position. And then that becomes masculinized and demonized to become Baal, and to become, or you can even say Yahweh. It first becomes Yahweh, and then it becomes, masculinized into the combination of the bull and the person in forms of Moloch and Baal. And that's when the Carthaginians are doing their child sacrifice and stuff. It's a perversion of the fertility symbol. Look at the Goya paintings and stuff. Okay, so, and then it all just comes back to our plasma deity friend. All roads lead back here. If you stop fighting it, you see it all leads back to this. This is also the birth, and let's say one time, this is by drawing a pictograph of the plasma deity. They created the stick figures. They broke down the stick figures into phonetic consonants. These became the tetragrammaton in Hebrew. This became the tetragrammaton in Greek. This is the beginning of Hebrew and Greek. This came first, and then this stuff came. This is Chinese. The Chinese begins with them drawing the plasma deity, and then going off of it from there. This is Wu. This is the Wei. This is universalism. It's cosmic. This is the sacred name for God. This is the sacred name for God. And I'm also discovering that the Exodus was a time when Semitic pharaohs had been in power. So the Exodus isn't so much of slaves being getting out of there. It's they were an invading force, and that's why the Egyptian culture and the Semitic culture are similar. And I think they broke off because of different beliefs. I think the Egyptians wanted to continue with the multi-theistic or polytheistic sacred feminine worship with the cow and the Apis bull and all that stuff. And the sect of Judaism that was Moses wanted to become totally monotheistic. And later on they blamed Asherah for the first exile from the Babylonians, and that's the beginning of how all the sacred feminine worship became literally demonized. Okay, you guys, I hope this was under 20 minutes. There's so much I left out because I can't fit it on. So I'll see you guys on the next one.
Shake that ass, mama. Shake that ass, mama. Shake that ass, mama.
Aboard the skies. Divina, baby.